The word kind of cure for me is very much inspired by conversion therapy, and that in so many countries it's still allowed, even in my own country, Norway, as people look as upon as such a forward-going country. It's still allowed here as well. I just wanted to make an anthem, I guess, for people to sing along with, that they know they don't need a cure. To whoever out there who has been made to feel like they're just wrong just because people don't accept them for who they are, especially people in the LGBTQIA+ community, I want you to know that you never need a cure for who you are. All of us have some parts we should, work with on ourselves, but I think it doesn't take much before the world tells you that you're different and that you should change yourself to be the same as everybody else, which is very sad. This song was made very differently from many of my songs, which I think you can hear. It's a song that doesn't really make you cry, but makes you dance instead, which I don't often do. I have many sad songs, but this one is not, which is nice, I guess. I run from the liars, the fuel on the fire. I know I created myself. I've told many lies out there. I met a woman once in Bergen and she said that I had a really nice dress on. And I said, "Oh, thank you. I got it from my mother when she was alive." And she said, "Oh, I'm so sorry for your loss. But then my mother is not dead." And but I thought it would be funny to but of course it's not. I love you, mother. I know I can't fight the sad days and bad nights, but I never asked for your help. When I'm sad, I like to allow myself to be sad. I am very little afraid of sadness, and every emotion I come with, this body comes with. And it's okay if I can't do anything today. I will just be sad and maybe try again next week. And I try to also remind myself that I'm never the only person in the world going through this emotion. I'm a part of a big group of people going through the same things. Sadness is just one big emotion that we all share and we all understand. So if you open up about it, most likely the person next to you will understand what you mean. I never asked people for help, but I guess it's kind of a strength and a weakness when you learn from a young age that you can take care of your own business and then you do that for your whole life. I've been offered help which I do not want, like medicine as a child to sit more still in the classes or be able to pay attention. You got hurt, but we don't belong together. Sometimes you have to be the support, and sometimes you have to be supported. When you know that you're drained after just being with someone, it's a sign that maybe it's better for you to get away. And it's so easy, I think, to forget that you do have the choice to remove yourself from a group of people or even your family or your town or a situation. You have the power, even though it's really frightening. And I just think it's an important thing to remember. So you took the love from my arms into the arms of yours. I have had to break up with someone I've never been broken up with, so that's still a life experience I'm looking forward to experiencing one day, maybe. I understand why people need so much music about it, because it looks like it's one of the most painful things. But I don't need a cure for me. I don't need it. No, I don't need a cure for me. I don't need it. No, I don't need a cure for me. The line, "I don't need a cure for me," is directed towards quite a lot of things. It's a weird thought that if you change important things about yourself that makes you you, if it's physical, if it's the way we are or the way we act or our sexuality or our love, if we suppress these things about ourselves, we will be like kind of glide through life much easier, because the second you fit in, you can have a much easier and happier life, which I think is so sad. It's really sad. It really upsets me how many people feel this way. And I feel like most of us are in a kind of abusive relationship, if it's with ourselves, with our own kind of self-hatred, if it's with religion, if it's with social media, making us feel bad about ourselves every single day. So yeah, it's definitely a thing I feel we need to say more. I don't need a cure for me. I don't like the tension, the misapprehensions about our nature in love. I love confrontations. I think it's the lack of confrontations that creates tension. When you actually tell your truth, and when you speak your emotions, and when you confront your abuser, I guess, or whatever feels wrong in your life, then it's a good way of preventing an explosion. So I feel like those two things go hand in hand. The glorious teachers are no useful creatures who knows how to play with the gods. I don't like things that makes life feel less free, especially when it's about these wonderful, beautiful things as enjoyment or sex and love, because it's so beautiful. It makes life so great. I was very lucky as a kid because I had very good teachers. Even like the really scary and strict one had a lot of love in her when she spoke, with kindness. She was very kind. And so I'm definitely very lucky to have had, like, just in school where I struggled quite a lot. I had good teachers. You got nerves, but they never show unless they hurt. So you blamed it all on my love, the moving heart I got. I was blamed for things all the time. I think when I was a child, I got in trouble quite a lot, especially at school. It's hard when people don't understand just how bad your mind is at remembering things, and it's taken personal when it's not. It's just how badly my mind works. I once forgot to put my shoes on and I got yelled at by the teacher for like being a rebel. But I needed my shoes though. But it was after the summer holiday, and then I walked barefoot all the time. Please, no care for me. Please, no care for me. Care for me. A cure for me. Please, no care for me. Care for me. Care for me. Cure for me. Please, no care for me. Care for me. Care for me. We've always gone more the Eastern route when it comes to figuring out how to heal your body in the most kind of patient and natural way. A lot of herbs in our house, but my mother is kind of like a witch, a very good one, and a very like an ancient woman. We drink a lot of flower tea. We drink a lot of green tea and chamomile, and we've used honey all my life to kind of heal my voice. If I ever get tired, honey always just does the trick. And also like a spoon with a bit of honey and one garlic thing, and then a bit of vinegar. And we drink a lot of apple vinegar just to like clear the throat. And I do love acupuncture also. It really works wonders. But I use a lot of flower medicine as well, like drops of flower essence. That does really good things for like the nerve system, or at least it feels like it does. And you need to know I don't need it, and you should know I don't need a cure for. And you need to know I don't need it, and you should know I don't need a cure for me. You need to know I don't need it, and you should know. And you need to know I don't need it, and you should know I don't need a cure for me. I buy things I don't need all the time. I think it's more a lack of that I don't have the things that I should have. For example, I have this really long, amazing feather boa scarf in the colors of the pride flag. But what I don't have is like a normal pair of scissors in my whole house. I don't have a raincoat, but I live in like the wettest city in the whole world. But I do have many dresses that makes me feel like a fairy. And I also have like a really cool cat feeding bowl, but I do not have a cat. Yes, I should get a cat. I would love to have a black one, just because the people say they're bad luck, but we all know they're the best of luck and that they're the most magical cats of all time. And that's the reason I think why witches used to have them. That there must be something really good about it.